Imagine yourself in paradise. Picture the beautiful beaches, the crystal clear waters, the breeze on your face. You open up your phone. You upvote the first chonker meme you see. Life is perfect. All of this could be possible. With your help, we can create a paradise with no TikTokers, no Instagrammers, and monuments to both Keanu Reeves and Elon Musk. A society of only Redditors. Welcome to Reddit Island. This was an actual thing they tried to make happen. Believe it or not, the concept of a Reddit island has been out there for quite a while now. The idea revolves around getting a bunch of Redditors together, gathering a bunch of money, and buying a private island to call your own. If you disregard building infrastructure, having an economy, and having a gender ratio of 99 men to 1 woman, a Reddit island might be possible. Now, there are 2 separate cases of this attempting to happen. One that was started all the way back in 2010, and one that was started in 2021. For the sake of this video, we're going to be focusing on the newest one, as the 2010 island project was a bit unremarkable. It didn't really go anywhere, and nothing came of it, apart from the abandoned subreddit, which exists as kind of a time capsule to old Reddit, if you will. Oh, and a Gawker article dating back to 2012, in which the author of this piece states, "There are few places on Earth I could imagine wanting to spend time less than a remote island populated solely by hundreds of hardcore users of the
crazy,
social
I'm in
news
control.
site
I'm
Reddit."
not crazy, I'm in control. I'm not crazy, I'm in control. I'm not crazy, I'm in control. I'm not crazy, I'm in control.
I agree.
I'm not fucked. Four.
Joseph said leave it tier 2 for about 7 months. Mr. Forge, can you take up my balls? I can't. Can only deliver cringe fists. Illuminati, Overdrive, Masky, and Dovepat. Thank you boys, welcome back.
I didn't think I would ever say this, but Gawker kinda hit the nail on the head there. The subreddit was mostly concerned with actual logistical issues and the practicality of the idea. Spoiler alert, something you won't see in the new one. The 2010 Reddit island, likely due to a lack of direction, leadership, and organization, was abandoned in 2016, likely around the time they realized that this wasn't as easy as they thought it would be. Some of the obvious issues in regards to buying a private island in which you want to build a community on are economy.
Okay, here's a $10 bill. This is garbage. This is garbage.
Infrastructure, and opportunity. What the new Reddit island could do is take one of 2 paths. Learn from the mistakes and actually try to make this work, or say fuck it and dive balls first into building a society with no plan. I'm sure you can guess which path they took. Saying it didn't go well would be like saying a tsunami is just a splash of water. A complete understatement. The earliest traces of this new island plan can be found where all failures can be found, r/memes. A photo was posted by user Mr. No Name is here on April 30th. The message was communicated via a Spider-Man presentation meme and stated the following. If Redditors wanted to, they would join together and buy an island for the meme. The top comment on this post points out that Reddit islands already exist and are in fact a US territory. However, they fail to mention the islands that aren't US territories, which would be perfect for a Reddit island. Regardless, that didn't stop the upvotes and Reddit gold from coming in. Seeing the success of the GME fiasco, maybe one could say these Redditors were being cocky. And you'd be right to say so. Soon after, a subreddit was created with the name r/Reddit_island, not to be confused with the old one, r/Reddit Island. What followed was essentially a propaganda campaign to get people to flock to the subreddit, and it kinda worked. The subreddit as of now has over 24,000 members, but there was a big problem. And it wasn't whether to buy a town or an island. It was, where do we go from here?
Now what?
We have all these bad memes and Redditors, but no direction. People started spitballing some ideas on where they could go. One suggested that Elon Musk should fund the island, because he's a billionaire who uses Reddit.
What in the goddamn?
This was again suggested through one of those presentation memes. It seemed like this idea was a shot in the dark until... Hang on. What's this? The official Elon Musk Reddit account messaged one of the mods and wants to chat. Oh my god. This could actually happen. So while they attempted to secure funding via Elon, like every startup crypto on Twitter, the other Redditors got to work on where to go. Somebody suggests that they move to the Pitcairn Islands, a British protectorate of islands known for... oh dear. Anyway, the Pitcairn Islands have a population of only 47. So if the Redditors were to move there, they could simply outvote the population and claim it as their own. In fact, this picture of Jim from The Office pointing at his fucking whiteboard was the most upvoted post on the subreddit in regards to moving anyway. Side note, how are these stupid presentation board memes even considered memes? They're not funny, there's no joke. What's the point? You just type it out at once. All it does is make you look like a smug. This seemed foolproof, right? Wrong! Two big problems with this idea. One, you'd need to obtain some sort of citizenship to vote. You can't just walk into some place and outvote the population, or else we'd all be speaking Mandarin. And if you were to somehow take over the island, Pitcairn Island is a territory of the UK, and I'm sure they'd have something to say about that. Two, the Pitcairn Islands are in the middle of fucking nowhere, with conditions less than ideal for living life. It's also inaccessible by plane, so you'd likely need a private boat with a skilled crew to even get there. Although from this footage it looks nice, most of it's uninhabitable. It looks like it's ripped straight from Far Cry 3 actually, now that I think about it. Imagine if Reddit Island turned into Far Cry 3. The good ending. The Pitcairn Islands seemed to be the popular choice, even if it didn't make sense logistically, economically, geographically, you get the goddamn point. Unfortunately though, even with all the brainstorming, the whole plan had no vision and seemed to only be half serious. Until one day. One glorious day, somebody under the name Island Owner Alt claimed they had inherited a private island from their grandfather, who'd bought it 40 years ago, and he wanted to expand it. He made a simple offer. If the Redditors could give him the money to cover the construction, transportation, and legal costs, he would make this island an island of Redditors. The mods saw this post and the popularity it got and gave him mod. He must have successfully sold them on his pitch. He now has the mod approval, and we all know Reddit mods are never total idiots. To many, this looked somewhat legit now that it had an actual sense of organization. They dubbed this guy the Messiah. Good God, really? A little later in the day, Island Owner Alt makes another now deleted post claiming that this is possible, but they need funding. So if they donate to him, this can become a reality. Also, if they donate to his PayPal, they'll have their Reddit usernames engraved onto a plaque. Remember, they still have that Elon contact, so he can just reimburse them. What could possibly go wrong? Even after all of this, some people were skeptical, like this rational person, I mean hater, but fear not. Island Owner Alt was here to provide proof for the skeptics who dare question the Messiah. He was gonna prove the doubters wrong, and all the people who donated to him, right. He showed where the island is, right here off the main island in Cuba. He provided pictures from the island, and a reverse image search shows these pictures were not taken from Google Images. And just in case you still had any doubts, he showed the deed to the island, which his grandfather had passed down to him. 100% proof that this is real. Holy shit. Let's send in all the money. But hold on, while you're doing that, I just want to talk about some stuff here. There are some issues. These pictures can be found on Google Maps if you go to said island. Okay, but he showed the deed, right? I'm still getting my name on the plaque, right? Well, take a look at this deed. Notice anything off about it? The title is in Spanish, but the text is all in English. That's odd for a document from the Cuban government, a country where they only have one national language, Spanish. Doesn't seem very official. Speaking of official, the document has no government seal or stamp on it either. Also, the latitude and longitude coordinates from the deed and the picture he showed don't match up. This guy also claimed that his grandpa bought the private island in Cuba around 40 years ago, but Cuba is a communist country, meaning that there is no private land ownership. Private property wasn't allowed in Cuba until 2018, meaning either his grandpa had some sort of in with the government, or the jigsaw is falling into place. Also, another thing, this guy is taking donations, of any non-specified amount I should add, via PayPal. But PayPal doesn't operate in Cuba, meaning he has to be stationed in somewhere that is not Cuba. Weird considering he said he'd be using the money for services on the island located in Cuba. At this point, it seemed like Reddit did its thing and essentially gave their money to Lyle Landley in exchange for nothing. But I hear you saying, this could all be a coincidence. There's still hope, right? We can still pull this off. Well, just in case you needed any more proof, take it from the horse's mouth. Island owner Alt made a post with a simple caption, "Thanks for the money, suckers." And in the comments, he claimed he wouldn't refund them. But wait! They still have contacts with Elon. He'll be the one to save them. Turns out that was a fake screenshot from a mod who tried to justify it as an honest mistake. It clearly was not honest in any way.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
And with that
Technological
final
glitch.
blow and one last presentation meme came the end of Reddit Island. Kind of. But we'll get into that a bit later. First, let's get into the aftermath. In that same thread, people were claiming they were going to sue island owner Alt, and he's going to be arrested for fraud. While I don't know if he'll be arrested, this is an important note. This tells me that people certainly donated money to this, and if this guy's internet rage is anything to go off of, it might have been a lot of money. There have been multiple claims floating around about the amount, like this one guy who claimed to have donated over $30,000. Insane. But probably fake. Some people agreed that he would have taken around $700, which seems a bit more believable, but again, I haven't seen any solid proof of this. There's no way to know what's true in this case. Either way, I think we can comfortably say people got scammed here. This was clearly a failure for almost everyone. But what if it didn't have to be this way? Let's say, for the sake of argument, this actually went through. Let's say in some miracle world, Reddit bought an island and managed to get a bunch of people to move there. Then what? We could make an exclusive subreddit for island members? Yeah, I have a feeling this might not have been thought out very well. Who would even lead the island anyway?
Yo, we're coming at you live from Camp Wawanakwa.
In my opinion, best case scenario, Lord of the Flies. Worst case scenario, everyone dies from lack of food, water, and shelter.
What kind of place is this?
But in a
True. And no fucking internet probably.
Okay, don't smash it.
So what are you gonna fucking browse Reddit on?